Premium smartphones have become pretty predictable when it comes to design. There is usually a large display up front, thin bezels, a metal frame around the sides, a sizable camera system on the back, and glass covering everything. Google isn't reinventing that formula with the Pixel 11 Pro and Pro XL, but there are some interesting changes hiding underneath the familiar design, including a new camera experience and a surprisingly nostalgic feature on the back. The Pixel 11 Pro starts at $1,099 while the Pixel 11 Pro XL costs $1,299 in terms of overall size. Both phones remain very close to the Pixel 10 Pro generation. The Pro has a 6.3-inch OLED display while the Pro XL gets a 6.8-inch OLED panel. Both displays can reach up to 3600 nits of peak brightness, which is an improvement over the previous generation's 3300 nit rating. There are 4 new colors this time: Canyon, Fog, Olive, and Obsidian. Canyon is the standout for me, but its polished gold frame and salmon-colored Gorilla Glass Victus 2 back. The combination gives it a little more personality than some of the other options. But don't expect to see a completely different Pixel. The Pixel 11 Pro looks extremely similar to the Pixel 10 Pro, and that's especially obvious when you compare the two side by side. Google has clearly decided to keep the existing design rather than make a major visual change. The biggest internal upgrade is Google's new Tensor G6 processor. It comes with a new ISP that Google says can improve night sight photography by as much as 4.5 times. The company also claims 20% better power efficiency, 25% faster web browsing, and uploading that's up to 15% faster. The phone felt responsive during my hands-on session, but it's hard to properly judge those improvements in such a short amount of time. Battery efficiency and sustained performance are things we'll need to test over a longer period. Google has made one upgrade that's much easier to appreciate through storage. The Pixel 11 Pro now starts at 256GB instead of 128GB. That gives you considerably more space for photos, videos, apps, and games without immediately having to pay for a higher storage tier. RAM remains available in 12GB and 16GB configurations, with the higher capacity paired with the 512GB and 1TB models. Security is also getting an upgrade with the new Titan M3 chip. Google says it offers a stronger multi-layered protection against potential attacks, including post-quantum cryptography. Charging has seen a bigger improvements too. The Pixel 11 Pro and Pro XL support QI 2.2 wireless charging at up to 25 watts, while wired charging jumps from 30 watts to 45 watts. You will need compatible charging accessories to reach those maximum speeds, but this is still one of more useful upgrades for everyday users. The camera system is probably the biggest reason to be interested in the Pixel 11 Pro. Google is keeping the 48MP ultra-wide, but the main camera has moved a new 50MP sensor, while the 5x telephoto gets a new 48MP sensor as well. And based on the images I saw during the demo, the new setup can capture some seriously impressive detail. Things like hair looked noticeably sharper, suggesting Google's new ISP is doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Then there is a magic capture. Google has added a dedicated button inside the camera app that lets the AI take over the process of choosing the best moments. Instead of worrying about hitting the shutter at exactly the right time, you simply activate Magic Capture and let the phone analyze when you are recording. When the scene ends or the video reaches its 2-minute limit, the Pixel automatically selects several of the most interesting images and one clip that it believes best captures the overall moment. Google says it analyzes roughly 400 frames before making those choices. During the demo, I saw it work with dancers and it did a good job identifying interesting poses and expressions. It's a feature that could be particularly useful for unpredictable subjects where you don't want to miss the moment. If you prefer to control the look of your photos yourself, Google has also added camera looks. These are customizable profiles that can be applied manually or set as your default. You have got shadows for more contrast, vanilla for more warmer and softer tones, and editorial for a more polished magazine style appearances. Google is also trying to make the Pixel 11 Pro more useful for people who create video content. The new Creator Suite includes several tools aimed at bloggers and influencers, starting with a built-in teleprompter. You can upload your script and the phone automatically follows along while you are speaking. I tried it during the demo and it worked surprisingly well, keeping up with my speech without any obvious issues. There is also a new folder system that makes it easier to group related clips together. Once you have got your footage organized, a new storyboard tool can help you arrange clips and move B-roll around to build the final sequence. It's not designed to replace professional editing software, but for people who shoot and edit content directly on their phones, these additions could make the entire process more convenient. My early impression of the Pixel 11 Pro and Pro XL is that Google is taking a pretty conservative approach to the design while making some much bigger changes to the camera and software experience. From the outside, these phones are extremely familiar, but the camera upgrades are much more significant. You have got two new sensors, a new ISP, Magic Capture, 120x Super Res Zoom, and a Creator Suite with tools that could be genuinely useful for people who shoot a lot of content. Magic Capture is probably one of the features I am most interested in testing further, letting the phone analyze hundreds of frames and automatically pick the best moments could make a real difference when you are trying to capture unpredictable action. HiLight is another feature I like, even though its launch functionality feels limited. There is a lot of potential there if Google eventually adds support for more types of notifications, especially messages. The more straightforward upgrades are also welcome. Base storage is now 256 GB, wired charging has increased to 45 watts, and QI 2.2 wireless charging can reach 25 watts. The catch is the price. The Pixel 11 Pro starts at $1,099 and the Pixel 11 Pro XL at $1,299, both representing a $100 increase over their predecessors. So the real question is whether the new camera system, AI features, and other improvements are enough to make the higher price worthwhile. Based on this first hands-on experience, the Pixel 11 Pro may look familiar, but Google has packed plenty of new technology into that familiar design. The Pixel 11 Pro and Pro XL are available for pre-order now, with sales officially beginning August 20.